right, guys, welcome back to Something Super Podcast. I'm Steve.
And I'm Mark.
I'm Jay.
So, yeah, we're going to be covering Justice League Snyder Cut this week.
Ooh, I
mean,
excited.
obviously,
I thoroughly enjoyed that movie.
So did I. Honestly, a huge fan. I think the biggest thing for me, obviously, besides Superman's black suit, was the fact that they gave more of a backstory to a lot of the character.
Yeah, I like that a lot. And it actually explained, like, Victor so well of why he was so angry in the first cut they did of it. And just, like, so reluctant to want to do anything to help anybody else.
Oh, dude, they fleshed him and Flash out so much better than, like, the original cut. Like, the original cut, Cyborg was just kind of there, but this is, like, his movie.
Yeah, he was just a dick in the first one, and you're like, why is he so fucking angry? Well, like, they gave you no back to it.
The scene where he meets up with Wonder Woman. In this one, he knows he can fly. He knows that there are things that he can do that are, like, well beyond his comprehension, but he's learning. And the first one, he was like, I'm just going to meet you in a hoodie in an alleyway. No, this one, like, it was like, I already fucking know who you are. I know you're looking for me. Meet me here now.
Yeah, he fucking hacked the Bat computer. That shit was dope as fuck.
I liked the scene where he helped out the single mom.
Yeah.
When she has like $11 in her bank account. And he's like, oh, okay.
Yeah, and he gave her a prize, like $100,000 prize.
Dude, she almost died.
It was his humanity, where he has the ability to make himself the richest man in the world.
But he chooses not to.
But he chooses to help the little people. And, like, that shows his, quote unquote heroism.
Dude, he has the ability to do whatever the hell he wants. He could literally nuke any country he wants with the snap of a finger and just...
like Thanos. Yeah. About half the world with a snap.
Dude, I'm sorry, but for me, I loved, like, when they introduced the Flash, or, like, when he saves Irish, that whole sequence was so funny. Like,
that was so Flash-ish. It was great.
Well, the thing is, like, Joss Whedon in the original cut gave, like, Flash jokes, but it was like they were so dumb. Like, when he saves the family, he's like, "That's fine, yeah." He just, like, runs away. Like, but now this one, like, when he goes to save her, you see his eyes slowly go to the left and look at the hot dog. And he just, like, slowly grabs it and puts it in his pocket. And then he, like, grabs her and he's like, it shows, like, how cautious he has to be too. Like,
well, and I like the fact that it showed that because he didn't know the extent of his power just yet, like, he burned out of his shoes. Like, they exploded.
Dude, I loved that. Like, just that whole effect that they did with that was so awesome. Because the way that I'm interpreting this Flash is that he's already, like, super, super powerful.
Mm-hmm.
He just doesn't know how to control it. Because, like, he even said, he's like, all right, I got one rule and I can't break it. So he's already flirted with that line sometime in the past that he knows, hey, when I do this, this is going to happen. Because, like, with the Mother Box, like, he was too late. And then you see him reverse time, like, 30 seconds to pull it out of the water so he could touch it at the right point when they're reviving Superman. And even at the end, he's like, all right, you got to do it. You got to break your one rule. So, like, how does he know that rule if he hasn't done it already?
And I like the fact that they have the witty banter, from Flash, but it really dove into, how difficult his life actually was. So, like, he's funny because he's had trauma, much like most of us, So we know his dad's in jail for the suspected murder of his mother. But this goes, Barry Allen is a early 20s kid who is looking for a job at a dog walking and dog, like a dog facility. Like,
yeah, like,
he's not really doing too hot.
I loved at the end when he finally gets the job with the CCPD, and he's like, "Dad, I got my foot in the door." He's like, his dad's like, "Forget." He's like, "Dad, you need to calm down, or they're gonna mace you again." Like, like, I like how little they showed and how big of an impact they showed on the relationship between them.
Yes,
because his dad's like, "Don't come see me again." He's like, "First off, don't ever say that again." And he's like, "Oh, why would I be in the criminal justice? Maybe because I'm visiting my dad in jail for the murder of my mother that he didn't commit." like he's just so, he has that wit that Barry has. And even like when he's interacting with the team, the jokes he's making, like when he first meets Wonder Woman, he's like, hi Flash, I'm hi Barry, I'm Wonder Woman. Oh wait, no, that's not right. And then with Aquaman, he's like, all right, with the hats, he's like, option A. He's like, no. He's like, or option B. He's like, let me see A again. So like the comedy they have like as a team, granted, this is a 2-hour longer movie than the original one, but it actually shows them become a team.
Yes, it shows them being very reluctant at first to work together, and then slowly starting to trust each other up into, knowing that we need Superman to do this. We've come together. We've done what we can. This is it. Like, they're 6, not 5.
Right. And the only one thing, honestly, when I was watching it, that I was hoping that Snyder kept in from the Whedon cut was the Aquaman scene when he's sitting on the
Lasso of Truth. I said the same thing because that was amazing.
Dude, like
that was so good.
Just like they say, they're like, all right, so we got to go battle this guy. And he's like, honestly, I don't think we can do it. I don't think that we're going to do it, and we're all going to die. And he like looks down. He's like, honestly, I'm terrified. He looks down. He's sitting on the thing, and he looks at Flash. He's like, you ever tell anybody about this, I'll have you eaten by piranha or whatever.
I'll introduce you to every piranha I know.
Yeah, like I'm like, that was such a good like that was like the only super comical scene in the Joss Whedon cut I felt that actually like landed correctly for the DC tone.
Yeah,
but
I mean, with so much obviously change, and then there's so much new content. Jay, I gotta ask, because I know Superman. Like, what did you fucking think?
Specifically, that revival scene.
The revival scene where he comes back, and then you're just like, you're watching him, and Cyborg just kind of is like, oh no, I can't stop this. I can't stop this. And just hits him, and he just goes off, and I'm like, oh fuck. Some people are about to get real hurt real quick.
Dude, I was so happy they got rid of that Pet Cemetery joke.
There was a Pet Cemetery joke?
Yeah. In the original cut, when Superman comes back, he's like, look at him. Because remember, Aquaman's like when he's scanning them, Aquaman's like, this doesn't look good. And then it cuts to Barry, and Barry's like, this is just like Pet Cemetery. And then like that's when Cyborg starts freaking out, and Superman kind of gets like angrier, and he's like, Pet Cemetery, Pet Cemetery.
Oh, I didn't even remember that. Thank God.
Exactly, that's my point.
Yeah. Thank God. I'm glad I forgot that.
Obviously, black suit Superman.
But also, I like that with Superman, they also showed him like going with Lois, and he doesn't remember everything, and she takes him back to the farm, and he starts remembering small things, and then eventually, like, I guess I don't know if it was necessarily seeing his mom or just the time.
How about that whole fucking?
Yeah, just everything combined. He remembers like his humanity. He remembers who he is. He remembers that like he needs the help.
Well, I was actually kickstarted my brain.
Let's hold off on that. Let's stay on the Superman for a second, because I know where you're going with it,
okay.
And we'll cover that too. But Jay, for the Superman scene, how did you like his interaction with Batman in that scene prior to the other one with the whole picking him up in the air? And do you believe, like, I felt like it's so much more impactful with no dialogue.
Oh, where he was literally just staring at him as he's like in front of the cop cars. I was like, oh God.
It kind of reminisces like Batman versus Superman when Batman's standing on the ground looking up at him before they fight.
Yeah, and then Lois again comes in to save the goddamn day.
Right. But
Lois is a real MVP. She saved both of their lives.
She really did.
She 100% did in the exact same situation. Saved both their lives.
Well, I love that they kept the Flash scene in where he's running slow motion. He has that oh shit moment when he realizes Superman can do it too. Dude, his face when he catches him. I don't know. That's, to me, is like one of my top 3 favorite comic book movie moments.
Absolutely. That's
like, he's got Wonder Woman by the strap. He's got Cyborg pushing on him, and he's got Aquaman by the throat, I think. And literally all he does is just glance out of the side of his eye, and you just feel that presence. So like when Flash is like, oh no, like, what have I done?
I fucked up.
It was at this moment he realized he fucked up.
Yeah.
Okay, Fortress of Solitude. What did you think? Where he goes back. Was it the Fortress of Solitude or a ship?
I'm trying to
that
think.
Was on a
What
ship.
are you talking about after the farm?
The suit when he goes to get the
black suit.
Yeah,
That's on the ship, ain't it?
Yeah, they don't have a
Or no, actually, that might be Fortress of Solitude.
Yeah, because he that seemed.
Or no, it would have had to be the ship because when he first walks in, there's the open pod, and I'm suspecting that's supposed to be saying that maybe Kara is somewhere in the DCEU. That's the way that I saw it.
I wouldn't be shocked, honestly, at this point because they're actually introducing real characters in.
They introduced two other
Martian Manhunter came back, which he got 2 brief cameos throughout the movie, and it was fantastic.
Ryan Chow or Coy Ryan.
The
Silas's assistant. That's Adam.
Adam
in the comics.
Oh yeah, fuck! I forgot about that.
Because at the end, they're like, "You're now the director of nanotechnology."
Yeah, that is Adam. I forgot about that.
So they technically introduced Adam. They introduced Martian Manhunter, which
they introduced someone else who was a cop, who eventually becomes a Spectre.
Yeah, the police officer that hands the papers to Gordon. And if you look closely in the nightmare scene, when it zooms in on Superman, like hovering over the destroyed Hall of Justice, you see what looks like Kilowog.
That'd be awesome.
Like as they're panning in, you see a dead Green Lantern, and it looks like Kilowog. And I know originally Zack Snyder wanted the end scene that ended up being Martian Manhunter talking to Bruce. He wanted that to be a Lantern talking to Bruce.
I think it would have been good, but I like the fact that it was Martian Manhunter.
Yeah, because he's talking about how he's ready to get in the fight with them.
Yeah, and that's
honestly, I think he's been in the fight, just in the background.
Yeah, because you could see it. It's not a far theory considering the fact he went in disguise to talk to Lois to get her back to doing what Lois needs to do.
Well, not even that. In Batman vs Superman, the Unlimited cut, he helps her figure out the bullet link to Lex Luthor, and then in Man of Steel, he also argues for the point of Superman to get with in the war room.
I didn't see the Unlimited cut in Batman vs Superman.
It's solid. I mean, it's on HBO Max.
I should probably watch it then because I didn't.
I can tell you right now, if you're someone who doesn't like Batman vs Superman, I'm going to sidetrack real quick. If you don't like Batman vs Superman and you've never seen the Unlimited cut, watch the Unlimited cut because it gives you a lot of the details that you miss that make Batman vs Superman not that great of a movie.
Yeah.
I will definitely watch it then because I had my problems with Batman vs Superman.
So
I didn't necessarily hate it, but it wasn't something I wanted to ever watch a second time.
So what they do in the original cut is they leave out a lot of the groundwork that Lex Luthor does to pin Batman versus Superman. And it goes a lot more into Superman investigating the Bat.
And doesn't that...
So you get like throwaway lines where he's like, nobody cares about Clark Kent versus the Batman or whatever. Like, it's like, well, that's the whole point of the fucking movie. But yeah, no, it's really worth it. But no, back to Justice League though, like they really bring Superman's story full circle. And I love that they give you that story arc while they don't focus heavily on him. Like he's only in the last hour?
Yeah.
The last hour and a half. Other than that, you're learning Cyborg's story and everything there.
I think it's so important because if you look at just movie fucking history in general, dude, like we've had a million Batmans and a million Batman movies, and we're gonna have a million more. Superman, everything from Christopher Reeves up to current day. Like we know who they are. Let's not fucking play too much into that. But there's not been much on Cyborg or the Flash Wonder Woman's got her own movies. Aquaman's got his own movie. These two guys are virtual unknowns to people that don't know. I mean, you probably know who the Flash is. You may have heard of Cyborg, but you don't fucking know anything about them. You don't know that. Even if you watch Teen Titans, can you tell me that Teen Titans, when we were growing up, you knew that Cyborg was created by the Mother Box? No, you just assumed he was in an accident and
put
back together. And that's it. And that's that. And I also like the fact that Cyborg is in the Justice League now, not a quote unquote Teen Titan.
No, I'm right there with you. What did you guys think though of the original battle scene where basically Zeus and Ares basically just fuck up Euxis?
Fucking awesome. And the fact that they're, and again, same as the original. There's the Green.
Should have gone for the head.
Yeah. The Green Lantern in there, that lets us know that there are lanterns in the universe. They're just the Justice League is in its infancy.
And he actually had screen time.
Yes, like DC.
Granted, it was only like 25 seconds, but that was still like you saw him in I think the last one you just saw him flying through the sky. This one you actually see him like take out a couple parademons. Like he helps bring down Uxas before he's fucking slaughtered, and Uxas almost had a power ring.
Yeah. I was actually concerned about that when I was watching it. I was like, is he gonna fucking grab that?
Dude,
Yeah, that could have got real bad real quick. But
that was literally made for a hot second.
So we obviously all think the Green Lanterns are going to get brought in. Who do you think they're going to bring in as the Green Lantern?
Ryan Reynolds.
No,
Yeah,
I don't mean a
almost wanted
specific. I don't mean a specific actor. I mean
one.
which character?
I want to say Hal Jordan.
See, I was thinking Jon Stewart because there's a comment in the movie at some point about after the Wonder Woman scene where she destroys the bank. There's like the newspapers get dropped and the headlines like whatever bank looks for new architect.
Okay.
And Jon Stewart was an architect before everything.
Okay.
So that's just me personally. I mean, I would love to see either one of them. Like it would, I wouldn't care. I'd take either.
What about
one.
Guy?
See, I feel like Guy, like I feel like he's not as well known as the Lantern as the other two. Like
Yeah, but see, that could
hardcore-
also play into the effect because then that could actually get people to know who he is.
right. But for me,
And
I mean,
isn't he also supposed to be the first Green Lantern from Earth?
so no, the one that was in the flashback, I forget his name. That alien was Earth's first protector as a Lantern.
No, I meant the first human. Better way to put it, I guess.
Oh, the first human, I believe so.
Yeah, that's why I was thinking that would be a good one because not a lot of people know that. Everybody knows Sean. Everybody knows Hal.
See, I would like
Most
them to
people
go
don't
with
know
John or
Guy.
Hal and then reference Guy. And then when they do the Lantern Corps, maybe do like they did in this, how they did like a flashback scene of all the people fighting Uxas and the parademons. Maybe in the Green Lantern, they're doing like a history course because you know how on, I forget the name of the planet that the Lantern. Yeah. They have the whole hall where it's like all the past lanterns and all that, and they have like libraries and stuff. So I could see them do like when John or Hal first become Green Lantern, go to like they're showing them that, and then you see like Guy, and maybe they go into that, or maybe he gets introduced to him, maybe like a cameo of him. But I don't think I'd want to see like him be the main one right off the bat.
Yeah. I think, and again, maybe it's just like you said. You saw the newspaper. Maybe I was reading into the fact that Wonder Woman keeps referencing her pilot. You know, again, Hal Jordan's the pilot. I know she.
Yeah, I took that as what's his face?
Talking about Steve, is his name?
Right.
Yeah,
Steve
I know
Trevor.
talking about him, but I don't know. Again, we're Mephisto and the Winter Mephisto.
What?
Mephisto and the Winter Mephisto. That's
It was
my
a joke we made in our Captain America episode.
Yeah.
But not Captain
Yeah.
America.
Winter Soldier.
Falcon and Winter Soldier.
Oh,
But
the one I wasn't a part of.
Yeah.
so
You don't love me enough.
We
well, we saved this one for you.
We did.
True.
Knew this is Superman's your boy. So
He is.
So Jay, the
Yes.
final battle. You got Steppenwolf coming up behind Cyborg, trying to separate the mother boxes. It says for Darkseid, and he swings the axe. How hyped did you get?
Extremely. I was like, oh fuck. Oh, this is about to get weird.
Like,
And then you just the whole team teamed up on him and just I love how it ended too. So they have him, he's flying through the air, and then you just see Wonder Woman come up with the sword, and I was like, oh fuck, she about to do what I think she's gonna do, and just takes his head off and lets it go through the portal, go through the boom tube. And I was like, oh no. Darkseid's not gonna be happy with that. As much as he hates Steppenwolf, that is his child.
yeah, I thought it was.
his nephew.
I thought it's his son.
I know they're related. I want to say
I think
actually Steppenwolf might be his uncle.
Is he?
I think Darkseid is Steppenwolf's
swear-
nephew.
I swear to God, he was his son.
no.
I don't think so.
I want to say Mark's right. Again, I'm going based on my
Fact check me, Jay.
knowledge. Yeah.
I gotta spell it right there. That's the hard part.
But the one thing that I found interesting was the portal was open and Darkseid never came through.
I think it's because he saw Superman. The entire reason Darkseid wanted to come to Earth is because the Kryptonian was dead.
He's the younger brother. Yeah, he's Darkseid's uncle.
That's it. I knew it was uncle and nephew. I just didn't know which way.
Shit. Yeah, you're right.
Maybe it's just me. Maybe I haven't, conquered 50,000 worlds before. I don't know. My uncle has never bowed down to me.
Ever.
I would go to say, even being in decent shape, and my uncle maybe not, still probably try to kick my ass.
Yeah, really quick, can we just go into the story arc that they finally fucking gave Steppenwolf? Like,
oh God,
I felt so bad for the dude when he started getting once Superman Sparta kicked him, I knew it was over for him. And at that point, I just felt bad. I'm like, yo, this dude doesn't even have a stake in anything. He's just trying to make up his wrongs in the past. And now he's getting his ass whooped for his uncle who won't even come and help him.
Can we also talk about the new armor that is reactive to his emotions?
Oh, dude, I loved it.
Like when I felt like the armor was breathing the entire time. And obviously it's super futuristic, science-y space technology, whatever the fuck it is. But it looked super fucking it made more sense to have that armor as a warrior because it was movable. You're able to fucking get full range of motion in it. And it moved with you.
Dude, I love that little crab thing too that he had, whatever it was, the little tech John that projected their thoughts.
So now, again, it could be me and it could be a fan theory. The first ever thing that the Justice League fought looked very similar to that.
Starro, wasn't it?
Yep. And I think that
was to be the villain in the new Suicide Squad movie by James Gunn.
Oh, the Starfish?
Starro, yeah. If you watched the Red Band trailer,
I didn't.
They show a glimpse of him.
Okay, I was gonna say I think that paid homage to that because it was.
And that's what I took it as.
But
yeah, I thought it was Starro too. May technology or whatever the hell it is.
That there's a new Suicide Squad and John Cena. Just
no, dude. I'm telling you right now. Watch the Red Band trailer, dude. It looks so much better than the other one, than the Air one. Dude, the comedy in it is hysterical. And honestly, John Cena is a highlight in that trailer.
Dude, just seeing him, I thought it was a joke. When I first saw I was like, what the fuck is John Cena doing?
Now he's playing Peacemaker.
Yeah. And
he's not very peaceful.
No. I mean
his name is a lie.
Sylvester Stallone's going to be voicing King Shark.
Fantastic.
Oh my God.
So Jay, I mean, you know this. In order to get peace, you must have war.
I agree.
So, he's making peace via war, much like America. Or at least it's what America thinks we're doing.
Well, there's the old Latin saying, if you want peace, prepare for war.
Exactly. So, but Steppenwolf's backstory, fucking beautiful. Loved it. I'm trying to think of
he actually felt like a character, and he actually felt like the first scene when he goes and attacks Themyscira, he is a force. Yep. In the first movie, he's just oh, I'm just doing this for my mother, for mother. Now it's no, you see how hard we're struggling with him, and he's not even the tough guy.
Yeah.
It's all right, now there's there you actually sense you have a feeling of doom almost. You're oh shit, what's gonna happen when Darkseid comes now, and you get glimpses of that in the couple nightmare sequences.
Yeah. And that, I mean, I thought it was hilarious. Again, it just shows you the humanity of Clark Kent and just the fucking pure sass that he got from growing up on Earth. Steppenwolf goes to kill Cyborg, hits Clark, and he's not impressed.
Right,
holy shit, that was fucking awesome. And again, it's just that little scene right there gave it so much more depth to the final fight scene.
Now, what did you guys think of the new Jared Leto Joker? Because I've been saying for a while that I had faith in him. And I think he lived up to every expectation I had of what he could do with it.
I was so happy with how that played out. That whole nightmare scene and the conversation between Bruce and him was fantastic.
Yeah.
I love the way it was shot. Now, obviously, you guys know I like analyzing film, like the angles they take and the things they use. And Joker's kind of going through like the whole monologue or whatever. And it's like really fuzzy and it's only focusing on the card. And then the last line is, I just want to know, because he starts off with like, how many worlds are you going to let die before you have the balls to die yourself or whatever? But then it zooms in on him and he says, I don't know why you would send a boy wonder to do a man's job. So it kind of was like, it was like you're at Batman's perspective. So literally at this point, the Joker's probably just white noise to Batman because all he does is talk shit. But it's like that's what struck the nerve and made Batman kind of like focus in. And then Batman retorts with the whole when Harley Quinn was dying in my arms. She asked me to kill you, and trust me, I will fucking kill you. Like
He's
I
like,
was
why
like,
would you kill me? I'm your best friend.
yeah, I was like, who? I
Oh,
was like, there's clearly the tension. But I mean, honestly, a lot of characters. I mean, I know I don't like what's her face, Amber Heard, but like Mira, even in this movie, was a fucking savage. Like when she starts pulling the water out of Steppenwolf and then turns to the was blood, and then he like throws her down, and like even in the nightmare scene, like you see Aquaman dies, Wonder Woman dies. So she's like part of like the new Justice League, or I guess that would be the Suicide Squad at that point.
The Nightmare Justice League. I liked the Flash's new like upgraded armor.
Makes Batman versus Superman seem so much more makes so much more sense.
Yes.
Because at first you're like, why is he just randomly wearing armor? And then he walks out behind the car and it like Iron Man mask opens up, and you're just like, oh shit.
So I wonder because again, he's got like a mask like similar to a knight, you know, like has that like front covering. I wonder if that's like a HUD, you know, like his like Iron Man would have.
I mean, possibly. I wouldn't be shocked, but in a
Well, why
like
else?
in a world like that, though, I don't know if that technology still exists or
But
was it all destroyed.
yeah, my only curiosity is that why the fuck would you cover your eyes? You got to run. That's your job. Your job is
you
to
probably
run.
can see out of it.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Like how I don't know.
He's got to be able to see out of it.
Like, it just looked
I'd
like
have to go back and watch when it pulls up if he has like slits in it or anything like that.
yeah, it was such a fast scene, but again, my main focus was Joker. The fact that he had his collection of police badges on the SWAT vest from all the fucking people he's killed. So the thing that I disliked about Jared Leto's first Joker in the Suicide Squad, it wasn't his laugh, it wasn't his voice, it wasn't any of that shit. It was the fact that he was like fucking K-pop bright. Like the dude was lime green hair. Like there was nothing dirty about him. There's nothing gritty about him. He was very like prim and proper, like Jersey Shore douchebag. Back hair. Like, no, that's not the Joker. The Joker's fucking gritty. The Joker's dirty. The Joker is someone that will murder your family just because it's Tuesday.
Pretty much.
And that's what I like about. That's what I like about the new one. And
No, I mean, I was happy about everything. I mean, don't get me wrong, like some of the whining laughs he did still kind of like
okay, yeah.
Irked me in Justice League, but not as bad as in Suicide Squad. But like I thought he did it well because like you kind of see he's kind of like containing himself because like when Batman makes the remark about Harley Quinn, like he points his finger at him, it's like trembling, then it stops and he has like a still hand. He's like, you almost had me. So he knows like Batman is trying to goad him to do something. So that Batman has a reason to kill him.
Christ, in all fairness, he's doing the same fucking thing to Batman. He's poking the bear.
Right. But that's what Joker does, though. Joker pokes the bear.
Yeah, I don't know. I want to see so much more. I mean, the Zack Snyder verse, we need to save it as a collective.
I mean, from granted, again, it was only a couple lines, but Lex Luthor actually seems to be like a calculated individual now, not like the giddy little child he was in Batman vs Superman.
Thank you for bringing that up. Can we talk about Deathstroke?
Oh my God, yes, perfection.
Jay, what was your thoughts on having not just like a credit scene Deathstroke, like actual, like full on conversation, finding like it gave so much more depth to that fucking credit scene. Like, why are you really here?
I am so excited for him. I can't wait to see him actually go against the Justice League. Or even just go attack Bruce since he now knows who Bruce is.
Well, did you guys read any of the articles about the Batman movie that Ben Affleck wanted to do?
No.
So this was supposed to lead into that movie. So Ben Affleck wants to direct a Batman movie where Deathstroke is going after Batman's entire personal life. Like, he's not attacking Batman. Exactly. He's going after Bruce Wayne. But he wants the fight sequences to mirror the video game style fight scene from Arkham Origins.
Okay.
There was that whole like 2.5 minute fight scene, like that was like the trailer for the game. Yeah. Like Ben Affleck's like obsessed with that, and he wants to bring that style of to his movies. So this, I think, was supposed to lead into that movie that we'll probably never see now.
Well, so I heard that the Justice League 2 was supposed to basically be almost set in the Nightmare universe, which would be cool, because I feel like that is, again, that's this Flashpoint. That's Bruce having a memory from another alternate timeline that happened because Barry reversed time. If Barry,
yeah, and that's
the split, that if Barry didn't reverse time, what would have happened?
Well, Ben Affleck's also supposed to appear in the Flash movie, so I'm wondering if they were going to use the Flash movie to do a Flashpoint to set up Justice League 2 being the Nightmare, because, you know, even Cyborg, when he drops them, right before he drops the Mother Box, he sees the Earth terraform. He sees the impact that it has bringing Superman back.
Yeah. So, and again, that's amazing. I love the fact that we now know more about Cyborg. We now know more about the Flash. Before, they were just, I felt like they were like sideline characters.
No, I'm so happy that they fleshed all that. I mean, even getting into just Silas, like some of the minor characters you see.
When he died, that is probably one of the more like emotionally charged scenes in the entire movie, because it shows you, I mean, they're real people. They are superheroes, but they're fucking people.
Right. I mean, Cyborg's a kid. He's what, probably like 18, 19 years old?
He's at least in college. Yeah, so.
Yeah, so, but even still, like, and then just the fact that, like, oh shit, because like even like Aquaman in the movie, like he's even dealing with like the consequences stuff, because Aquaman and the second Wonder Woman movie take place after this, and if it was going to be canon, which allegedly it's not.
Wait,
hashtag restore the Snyderverse.
Wait, Wonder Woman 84 takes place after this?
I believe so. If I'm not, or
no,
I'm sorry, not Wonder Woman. There's another DC movie. I forget which one it is. It might be Shazam. Maybe takes place after this.
Yeah, Shazam definitely has to. I'm curious how they're going to bring, if they're going to bring him in, how they're going to bring him in. I know Jay's a huge fan of the show Chuck, so having him playing Shazam is phenomenal.
He does a good job.
He does, and so I think it's just his personality. He does a really good job playing a child. Like,
Zachary Levi.
Yeah,
he plays a good kid.
But no, I mean, and honestly, the one thing I loved about this movie was the pace was off at times, but overall, I mean, it didn't feel like a 4-hour movie. Like,
no, it was definitely long as shit, but like it needed to be. I also love the fact that the Russo brothers were like, well, I mean, we have like a 6-hour cut of Endgame. Then it's gonna be.
That's the thing I love is like all these like all the Marvel fans are like, oh, this just ripped off Endgame or Infinity War or whatever, and I'm like 99% of this was filmed prior to any of that coming out. They just cut it up. WB just destroyed it.
Yep.
So if anything, it's like Marvel's been copying off of DC, which is funny because Marvel's the one that's been having success.
Yeah, and again, like the biggest thing take the rivalry, the Marvel DC shit out of it. This was just a better movie. You can say whatever the fuck you want. People, oh, this person did this. No, fuck all that. Throw it all out the window. Hard question. Did you like the movie?
Loved it.
A good fucking movie? It was a great movie. Fuck that shit. I don't care what anybody fucking says. And yeah, you're right, Mark. It was filmed prior to a lot of that shit in the we'll call it, the phase 3 Marvel shit. Like, who fucking cares? These are goddamn fake people. Get the fuck over it. It's a good movie. Eat shit.
I like these fake people.
I love these fake people. They're fucking fantastic. I almost cried when Robert Downey Jr. died.
Yeah. Although I am not a fan that Wonder Woman lied to a poor little girl.
Yeah, that's fair.
She lied to that poor little child.
That's fair. I mean, what are you gonna do? Sometimes you gotta lie, I guess.
No, it's rude to lie to people.
Yeah, but I mean,
just watch. Now the little girl's gonna try to be Wonder Woman and get herself killed.
Maybe we'll deal with the repercussions of that when it happens. She's got time. Maybe we should watch Wonder Woman die in the Nightmare universe and then be like, nah, not gonna do that shit.
I don't want to be Wonder Woman no more.
Yeah, fucking Diana Troy.
But the one thing,
Troy, who the fuck? What was her name?
No, it's Donna from.
Sorry, I said Diana Troy for whatever.
Ah.
Yeah, it's Donna. You're right.
Diana Prince, Donna Troy.
Yeah.
But the one thing I love though is Darkseid said to conquer the multiverse,
yes.
Not universe, the multiverse. So Darkseid already knows that there's other
worlds.
Universes.
Right. Now, I don't know if he meant it just in the fact that he's probably way across the galaxy. So there's other universes. So he's saying it has multiple universes. Or if he's saying like, hey, I already know there's multiple timelines.
Listen, man, all I'm saying, Darkseid, I saw him, his laser beam eyes made an M. I'm just saying Mephisto.
He's jumping ship. He didn't get his chance in WandaVision, so he's coming to the DC universe now.
Goddamn right. Multiverse. The multiverse of madness. But yeah, I
liked how the Omega beams looked though. They looked good.
They looked fucking awesome. Now that obviously the anti-life equation there's like the guarantee that it's on Earth, I want to see what the repercussion of that is. I mean, for Christ's sake, let's use Marvel as the example. Thanos isn't the only person that knows about the Infinity Stones. Can Darkseid be the only person looking for the anti-life equation?
So in the comics, I think there's a couple people, but like that's like Darkseid's thing. Like,
sure,
that's his ultimate goal. So like, just like in Marvel, like there wasn't anybody else. Like the Avengers weren't looking for the stones for themselves. They were looking for the stones to keep them away from Thanos. So had Thanos never brought up the stones, they never would have been an issue. Here now, it's like the same thing. It's okay, this is what Darkseid's ultimate goal is. So I want to see how they play into it. But that's the way that I took it. But I mean, I'm sure there's probably other people in the galaxy that know about the anti-life equation, but I don't know enough about it to like what you need to actually use it or anything like that. Because Darkseid is a god. He's a new god.
Yeah. What I think is super funny is, again, and I'm sorry, I'm jumping back and forth, getting off track because that's how my brain train works. But the like you said, no one was really looking for the Infinity Stones except for Thanos.
Right.
And there happens to be 3 of them in New York at one time.
Exactly. And that's what I mean. So there's 3 of them in New York at the same time, but you figure one of them was Loki's, which Thanos gave him.
Mm-hmm.
Then you had the Time Stone, which was being protected by the Ancient One. And then the Ether?
Yeah.
Was it the Ether that was in New York at the same time?
The Ether was in Asgard. That's where Thor was.
Ether was Asgard, Mind Stone. Which one am I mentioning?
Mind Stone. The Scepter.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So there was Loki's stone, which was the Mind Stone. There was the Time Stone, and what was the other one? I know there was 3. Was it Power?
Tesseract. Space.
That's it.
But
Yeah.
that's what I'm saying. Like it for someone like if Thanos was that good at looking, he would have known. There's 3 that I could have taken right then and there. But jumping back to the DC, I think it would be an interesting to see opposition to Darkseid. Other than the Justice League, we know the Justice League is going to fight him, but to see
for example, like a Lobo fighting Darkseid over it, or something like a third party
or
that
like
also
someone
wants
trying
it.
to like beat him to the chase, like Lobo shoots down to Earth real quick, looking for the dark, the shit. Darkseid been here yet?
Right. I just use Lobo. I know Lobo. I don't think ever uses the anti-life equation in the comics or even looks for it. But I was just using that just as a example.
Big guy will do whatever for a paycheck.
Goddamn
Yeah,
right.
he really will. Yeah, I would love to see a Lobo movie, honestly.
There was so there's a Superman. It's like the Man of Tomorrow or something like that. It's on HBO Max. It's an animated movie, but it's got Lobo in it. But it's super.
I'm talking live action. I want to see live action Lobo.
That would be awesome too.
But who do you think would play a good Lobo in live action?
Honestly, I mean, he's getting up there in age, but I mean, you gotta go. I would go Ron Perlman.
Oh fuck!
That would actually be solid. I think
Ron Perlman would be a solid casting.
He's got that gritty voice to him too.
Yeah, he did a hell of a job as Hellboy.
Yeah.
I'm just trying to think of who else might be a good like. Yeah, no, I mean that would probably be my casting choice.
Hugh Jackman.
Hugh Jackman.
Rob Schneider is a stapler. Now I could see Ron Perlman. I mean he's not necessarily like the most jacked person in the world, but like we know how that works. You just you land a superhero role, you get big as shit.
Well, yeah, he's also.
But
he was bigger like when he was in Sons.
Yeah,
he has the ability to get bigger.
Exactly, and that's the thing. Like he's a large dude to begin with. Like take muscular fucking definition out of it. Like he's a big dude, and Lobo is a big dude from space.
Right.
He rides a flying motorcycle. Fucking badass.
Badass.
Exactly. I'm looking forward to that.
But nah, as far as Justice League goes, I mean, DC, bravo. Zack Snyder, bravo.
10 out of 5 stars.
Oh my god.
Did you say 10 out of 5?
Yeah.
So good.
And would recommend. Go fucking spend 4 hours. Like, go take a really nice pee. Get some food and drinks. You might need to take a bathroom break in the middle. But, like, definitely watch that movie. I don't care what the fuck anyone does. Watch that goddamn movie.
It showed DC actually could put out a live action movie that was good.
Yes. Yes.
I mean, honestly, Man of Steel I thought was good. I know a lot of people have their feelings about it, and I get like the whole, Superman doesn't kill and he snaps Zod's neck, but like when you look at the situation he was in, it was his only choice. And you can see how it's affected him through the rest of the movies.
That's true.
And I mean, honestly, Wonder Woman, the first one, I think is one of the best superhero. I will argue it is probably one of the best superhero live action superhero movies to come out.
Yeah, it was that. I mean, as far as the DCEU goes, like that is top tier fucking.
Yeah, but you're putting. They've been outshadowed by Marvel for God knows how many years now, though.
But Marvel also
had
has like
that entire
years.
universe set up, and they just they ran with it, and they really don't have many misses in the entire Marvel universe.
I've had a few conversations with people about this, and I think other than like the star power that Marvel has, it is the fact that it's set in the real world, so it's more relatable. Mm-hmm. Don't get me wrong. I love the fact that DC has, it's Gotham, it's Central City, Star City, et cetera, et cetera. Yeah. Take all that out of the equation. It is relatable. Like I say I grew up in Queens. Well, I can relate to Captain America, who also grew up in Queens. I can relate to, Spider-Man, who grew up in New York, or Tony, who
wasn't Spider-Man Queens?
Sorry, you're right. Sorry,
because Cap's Brooklyn, right?
Brooklyn, yeah.
And then Daredevil's down in Hell's Kitchen.
Exactly. Yeah. So, but like, they're all relatable. It's something and a lot of these people in, and that's a huge thing that, again, another conversation between DC and Marvel. DC, Batman's the only one without superpowers. For all intents and purposes, we're talking just this Justice League.
Right.
I mean, like, how many people out of like the original Avengers actually have superpowers that aren't just humans that are fucking doing some crazy shit like Rhodey, Iron Man, fucking
Hawkeye.
Scarlet Witch, or not Scarlet Witch, Black Widow.
Black Widow.
Black Widow, I thought she was
I know in the comics she has
she has some super soldier shit in her, but like in this, she's not super strong. She's just fucking crazy.
Right, like in Civil War, like Bucky just straight power bombs her through a table.
Yeah. So like you look at that, like it's a cast of people who are just normal people that are fucking crazier than sin and are willing to die. That's where they're at. They're like, fuck it, I got nothing else. Let's just do it. Rhodey's willing to throw away a goddamn 25-year military career. I'm actually curious as to how that worked. So, Jay, you were in the military too. He got shot out of the sky by Vision and broke his fucking legs and he's paralyzed now. Military's definitely got to discharge his ass.
Yo, he's done.
Like,
you ain't got a shot now.
And he wasn't even doing shit for the military.
Whoa. Have you seen? Okay, I'm gonna get a little off topic, but have you seen Battleship?
Contract.
No, I didn't see Battleship. Is that with Brienne?
Okay. Yeah, there's a guy in that movie who literally has no fucking legs.
Okay, yeah. No,
he was still a captain in the army, leading troops. Okay. Real dude with no legs.
So I'm just saying, as far as like medical expenses, it did not happen on the military's time, so the military ain't paying for it. That's all I'm saying.
Whatever. He's got Tony. He's got a bankroll behind him.
You're right. Fuck. You're right.
Wasn't it technically though? Wouldn't that be considered a government contract? Because I mean, Ross did send them to arrest.
Yeah.
Cap. So technically, it may not be military, but it's a government mission.
Yeah. So
it's a gray area.
About all that fucking Tony's got them. That's why Sam can't save his fucking family's shrimp boat business like Bubba and
Bubba Gump.
Fucking that's why Vision was able to buy a house. Just throwing that out there.
That's fucked up.
Well, he bought a plot of land. It wasn't a house, technically.
Not yet.
Not yet.
All right. I mean, that's all I've got. That's a wrap for me.
Yeah, nah.
Good.
No, all I gotta say though is if you guys haven't gone out and watched it yet, honestly, block 4 hours out, go watch Justice League. It'll totally change your opinion on the DC universe and # restore the Snyderverse.
# restore the Snyderverse. This is the way. All right, guys, as always, thank you for listening. Please give us a follow at Something Super Podcast on Facebook and Instagram. somethingsuperpodcast@gmail.com if you have any questions, comments, concerns, you just want to say hi. Listen to us on all of your major streaming apps. Thank you, Anchor, for hosting us, and we'll catch you guys next week.